Welcome home to Big Apple Mountain Tarot. I'm Mike Rusnak.
I'm Everest Tall. Pisces, this is your 2025 astrological forecast.
This year is about you, and because the nodes have just shifted
as we speak.
Pisces is in our North Node for 18 months.
Yes.
The collective focus will be on Pisces, Piscean matters, spirituality, dreams, water, music, media, illusions of all kinds. And I think it may feel like the rest of the world is catching up to you, Pisces. Pisces, I feel like astrologically you get a bad rap, and I'm a Pisces North Node, so I take it very personally, and I'm here to call bullshit.
That's right.
And to say that, it's going to be a dynamic year, but a very lucky year for you.
A very lucky year, very dynamic.
And you're feeling up to it, I think. Too.
Right. You are going to have some action in your fifth house, a lot of joy and fun. In your second house, financial planning.
Your money growing.
And in your seventh house of relationships and legal matters. That's also going to be happening. So it's a really dynamic year. Bear with us. Stimulating. Bear with us. We are going to do our best on this complicated. That's another thing. It's kind of complicated.
There are a lot of transits and a lot of shifts back and forth, and it's like, okay, we don't want it to turn into mud.
No, right, we want nice, clear water.
Clean action, right?
Right. So it starts off your dynamic year starts off today. Mm-hmm. It's January 12th. The North Node and the South Node have shifted. The North Node is in Pisces. Congratulations. South Node is in Virgo.
And although Virgo's in the South Node, I think that this next 18-month period will be a lot of focus on Mother Earth.
Yes.
Right?
Mother Earth and how we take care of waters, and
just pollution of all
crops and detoxification. It's also a snake year. Mm-hmm. So we have this earthly energy about detoxifying. But that's
it's about cleaning, but keep thinking, Pisces. Keep thinking, letting go. The structure that you built, if it's firm, it stays.
Yeah.
If it's old news, it goes for good. And you find some new clean waters to inhabit.
Yeah.
The new moon on February 28th will be conjunct Saturn, square to Jupiter and Gemini. So that could be about overthinking and restrictions.
Yeah.
It's okay. No, just mark it down.
But this is how your year's going to start.
Yeah, very active. January, February, March, April. The first 4 months, a lot of action. March is very active.
Yeah.
But March is your birth month, too. March and April. No, I'm sorry. Just March.
Just March. Just March.
February to March.
Yeah.
All right. Choose adventure.
Choose your own adventure. Okay, everything's going to change this year with you. Mm-hmm. It's your choice on the kind of world you want, the kind of year you want, the kind of life you want. Everything's different. Everything's dynamic. In March, you've got 2 eclipses happening.
But first, like around the middle of the month, from the 11th on to the 30th, we have this planetary lineup.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So we have Mercury and Venus will be in Aries. Mercury, 9 degrees Aries.
5 degrees Venus.
5 degrees for Venus. Neptune at 29 degrees. Mm-hmm. The Sun will be at 27 degrees, conjunct the North Node at 27 degrees.
Right.
Saturn will be close behind at 22 degrees. So, this is a lot of action.
A lot. The whole. And
it could be about communication, relationships, restriction, individuation, right? Aries.
Yeah. All the planets are kind of lining up in the beginning of Pisces to have a little conference. Our dog is knocking at the door. It's like when you Clash of the Titans, when all the gods are on Olympus. It's that kind of energy. They're all getting together and they're making decisions. This is a great time to set up your year. It's a really good time for magical practices, for spell castings.
But your planet, Neptune, has been in your sign for 13 years,
Yeah.
almost 14 years now.
Since
So this is the
2011.
end of a cycle. This is about Neptune being at home in your sign, gathering inspiration, giving you new ideas, new dreams, right?
Perhaps it has been a little foggy and kind of hard to get the motivation. It might have been a little sloggy going through with that real heavy kind of Neptune vapor.
Time to release.
Neptune's going to move into your second house.
That's right.
And I think your individual self will feel a lot more open and kind of like the shell's going to come off of you, and people will be able to relate to you and see you a little bit clearer.
But March is like a sandwich in between. On March 13th, so that's right after this lineup.
Yeah.
While this lineup is happening, there's a lunar eclipse that's emotional in Virgo.
Right.
That's your seventh house. So this is about relationships, right?
Right. It's a lunar eclipse, so it is an emotional eclipse. It's going to happen in your seventh house. That's relationships, legal matters, partnerships,
Ships of all
the ships.
ships of all shapes.
So
And then March 28th, we have a solar eclipse in the sign of Aries.
Aries.
And this is very important because it's your second house. So this is about finances, about money. And then right after this eclipse happens, Neptune moves into Aries.
Bingo.
Out of your sign. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Leaves.
You're going to feel so much different.
I'm not going to say better because this is your ruler and it's leaving your house. It's leaving your sign.
Moving on to your second house.
Not better, but expanding you, growing you, getting us to move, getting us to move time forward, right?
And I would imagine Neptune moving into Aries will really give you a bit of an oomph.
Yes. So Neptune will move into Aries, and then over the summer it'll go retrograde, and then by the 22nd of October it'll back into your sign again, come home to your sign, and then leave in early 2026.
Yeah.
Saturn leaves Pisces on the 25th of May, and then retrogrades, and then goes back into your sign September 1st, and then leaves early 2026 with Neptune. So Neptune will be affecting the end of Pisces for the first several months of this year. Neptune will be on your sign, those from the 17th to the 20th of Pisces. And Saturn will be pressing on those mid-Pisceans from like the 4th to the 7th of March onward for the first several months. Not great for growth, but great for pruning, weeding, cleaning, right?
Yeah.
Cleaning up.
All that dead energy from long ago, kind of clean it up. What hasn't been serving you, what's been really holding you back, you can get rid of it. It's a new life.
It's deep, it's psychological. It may be tough work, but it's necessary work.
It's going to happen.
And afterwards, Saturn and Neptune will be affecting the end of Pisces from 17th to 20th of March, from April to the end of the year.
Yeah.
So it's like this whole year is about Neptune and Saturn. And then Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter.
This is the news I'm excited about.
Yeah. Jupiter will be squaring 2/3 of your sign for the first few months of this year. And then by June 10th, it will move into the sign of Cancer.
Where it's exalted.
Exalted and much more friendly. So that's in your fifth house position.
This is fifth house. So this is creativity. This is children.
Fun,
this is work.
love,
This is the work you do that creates joy. This is joyful work. The creation, it's like when you have a child, you're creating a child and it's a joyful work. When you're an artist, you're creating work and it's joyful, it's happiness, it's ruled by the sun.
Like joy makes love, love makes children.
Right. So there's this wonderful, joyful burst of energy that's going to stay with you for the rest of the year, starting June 10th.
Starting June 10th and after, yeah.
So
So June and July, we'll see a leveling out. July 7th, Uranus moves into Gemini.
Yes.
That is sextiling your communication for the summer. But then we have the Saturn and Neptune conjunction, which is more exact, over the summer.
Correct.
And by August, they're right on top of each other in early Aries in your second house position. So that could be about finances.
Yeah, it's going to be about finances. Saturn is restrictive energy, it's limits, it's boundaries. Neptune is dreams, it's fantasies. I think it's kind of time to get square with reality financially this year.
Yeah.
And really be objective.
Responsible and quite realistic.
Yeah, stay within your boundaries.
Yeah.
But if you're staying within your boundaries, Saturn, as far as financial planning goes, and you're pretty conservative, I think there's a really nice opportunity for things to develop positively. If you're in a fantasy world, if you're delusional, Neptune about reality, and you're outside of your boundaries,
You'll be dragged.
it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. So be aware of that.
Okay, so that's the summer. Then September 7th, we have a lunar eclipse in Pisces.
Yay.
So this is your moon.
This is the one eclipse that is in Pisces this year.
It's your full moon lunar eclipse.
Full moon lunar eclipse.
15 degrees Pisces, so smack in the dead center of the sun. That's very powerful, very emotional.
Very emotional. Things emotionally could seem like they're collapsing, perhaps, but it's only because they need to be rebuilt structurally.
And then the 21st of September, we'll have a solar eclipse in Virgo,
which is your seventh house again. So you have two eclipses in your seventh house of relationships. I'm going to hammer this down a little bit more. Relationships, friendships, legal issues. There's two eclipses happening.
But maybe expect good news, expect good change, expect the world to suddenly catch up to you, and for people to suddenly have an interest in what's going on with you.
You're a lot more relatable.
Yeah.
And you have Jupiter in your fifth house. So there's this joyful ebullience that is going to be emanating out of you. And I think you're going to be really attractive.
Yeah, and really seen.
Really seen, really relatable, really attractive. There's action happening.
Take heart.
Relationships.
There's a lot of action. It's quite stimulating. It's probably quite mixed.
Yes.
Not to sweat.
It's good.
We're
really
Mark
excited.
these dates down and just know that change is coming and expect it and invite it and ask for it. Yeah.
And if you would like a reading on this complicated year, you can contact us and we're happy to give you a reading on the specifics. But more importantly, have a wonderful year and a wonderful day. And thank you.
We love you.
We love you. We love you. Thank you for all your likes and shares and comments.
Thank you.